Coming up first, a Battle Royale format in which all these contenders are fighting for a chance at the IWA Academy Championship.
Give it up for Misery. Next up in the Battle Royale, sponsored by Skugog Sales, we have...
You've seen many Battle Royals in your career.
This is going to be the first Battle Royale I'm witnessing live with my very own 2 eyes. So you're going to have to guide me through a lot of the chaos that we're seeing as we have Pain making their way out into the ring. Misery and Pain both having a lot of chemistry together, both sponsored by Skugog Scales. So thank you, our sponsors.
It's going to be amazing to see all the talent put in the same ring. It's such a dangerous match because, you know, there's so many competitors in the ring at the same time. You got to watch, you got to have eyes around your head. You got to watch someone behind you, and sometimes injuries happen in matches like that. Not big injuries, just sometimes stepping on the ankle of somebody behind you, or you could twist an ankle, or somebody try to outmaneuver or outshine others, go up the top rope to do a dive, but there's a lot of guys in the ring there, so it's a jungle out there in a Battle Royal, I'll tell you.
Raunchy.
Next to enter the ring was Jason Exile, also sponsored by Skugog Sales. And welcome Raunchy Ricky Rose.
Like his panties.
A very fashionable look. And earlier on, we saw him sporting the leopard print rose, and I have to say, even dressed up in my suit, I felt a little bit underdressed for the occasion. Raunchy Ricky Rose is also sponsored by Skugog Sales.
So how many are there? 10 competitors or 12 competitors in this match?
There's going to be 16 of them.
Oh, my God.
Man, it's going to be a crazy, crazy matchup.
And I'm looking at the ring, which seems to be I think 18 feet by 18 feet, if I'm looking correctly, or 16 by 16. Probably 18 feet by 18 feet, the ring. So to have 16 guys, they better not be in a row, because there's going to be a guy at every foot, just about. You know, it's amazing. I can't wait to see this match.
Looks to be crazy for sure. Next, the Eliminator, Jack Sabbath. Before that, we had Hattie. Hattie's sponsored by Skugog Sales, and Jack Sabbath.
Pretty stocky guy.
Yeah. He's sponsored by McMurray Carpentry. It already looks a little bit crowded in there, Chuck. I don't know how we're going to fit any more, even with Alan Turner, the train wreck, sponsored by Northern Tattoo Co., making his way in. What's the mentality like as you're waiting for the match to start, especially in a Battle Royale? What's going through your mind?
Well, the first thing that goes through your mind is you're trying to make friends, because you're trying to make sure that someone's going to be covering your back. And as the match goes along, and if it works out that you find 1 or 2 guys to team up with to watch your back, then it gets very funny at the end, because the 3 guys, there's only 1 that could win. So it gets a little funny. This little kid here, I got to tell you, I saw him earlier in a pre-match.
Billy Baxter,
and
yes.
He's got some potential, this kid.
Yeah. Sponsored by Popular's Resort. His debut earlier. Right after that, we have Sental making her way in.
She is also very, very improved since I've seen her. Last year, I came to do a seminar at KL Shock's wrestling school, and she was just beginning. And she has been writing to me, sending me videos in the last year, and I've been helping her through Zoom. And it's funny because she's improved so much, and she's got a lot of good teachers here at the school that are helping her out tremendously. So I'm gonna wait to see how she's gonna fit in this Battle Royal, because she has no experience whatsoever being in the Battle Royal.
Next up is Beacon Maze, sponsored by SBT Games.
Simply Landscaping, sponsoring.
I wonder how it must feel to be the only woman in a man's Battle Royal like that.
It must be intimidating. Here's Geriatric, sponsored by Simply Landscaping. Older fella, but looking spry as ever.
He was at the school too last year when I gave a seminar, and he wanted to live a dream. He was just, he only started wrestling I think a year ago or a year and a half ago, and he was like 50 years old, I think, I'm not sure. But he, everybody was telling him at the school, like, you could do it, man. You could live your dream at all age. And he got into the ring, and he started doing some moves that I couldn't believe that he did for a man his age. So I can't wait to see how he's going to do it.
And now we got another one of these villains coming out. Dexter Doom. We have the Ottawa crew in there, and you talked about making friends. I would not be surprised if we see that Ottawa crew starting to work together.
Should concentrate a little bit more what's going on in the ring instead of out of the ring.
Next up is Funky Mac, sponsored by Canned Waste Management.
Big boy. He's a big boy. He's he seems like he could take care of himself.
You will see Ed Bellows.
1, 2, 3, go!
Here's Ed Bellows with an explosive entrance. Ed looking to get things done.
Another guy that's probably 250, 250 pounds. He's going to be hard to move around in that ring. This is not a match that's in favor of a light guy. Because a light guy, a guy who doesn't weigh a lot, he could use a lot of his cardio. But now you can't use your cardio in a match like that. There's nowhere to go, nowhere to move. So the bigger guys have an advantage.
Like
this
Jack
guy.
Russell. Man, oh man, as if on cue.
Now
the good boy.
Now is this the kind of battle royal? I didn't read the rules. Can you have to be thrown over the top rope and be pinned 1, 2, 3 in the ring, or is it just over the top rope?
I believe it's over the top rope. You go out, you are done.
So there's no pinfalls in the match.
I believe there's not going to be any pinning.
So
however, I could be mistaken.
So let's hope that you're mistaken, because I know that dog right there, the white dog, he's with the hood on. He's not going to be thrown over the top easily. I'll tell you, the one who just came in, the guy in the corner. He's not going to be easy to be thrown over.
No, no, no.
He could just sit down in the turnbuckle. And
just sit and just wait it out. See what happens.
Scratch himself behind the ear.
It's going to be a very, very chaotic.
So how many guys are in the ring now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 outside. So I guess they're all there now.
We're getting up there.
They should be all
They
in.
just keep piling on and on.
All the way from France. Make some noise, Matthias Ruga.
More and more. I can't even count. I used to work as a lifeguard. Let me tell you, Jacques. And my skill, the entirety of my job, was also to count to know how many people were swimming in the pool. I tell you right now, I cannot tell you how many people are in that ring.
I can tell you there's more than 16.
Oh, more than 16 for sure. Trying to settle the crowd down. There, the bell ring. We're already off to a start. Chaos ensues. Left and right. Jack Russell taking some big hits in the corner. Just trying to scour and Find a hold, find a friend, that's for sure.
Now, the rule in this, they go over the top rope, but their feet must touch the ground on the floor. One guy just got thrown over the top, but he just landed on the apron. He rolled right back into the ring. So they're not out until their feet touch the ground.
We have a few different matchups going on as Billy Baxter seems to have made a friend.
There was one that just took off and hit the floor.
Out they go.
Number 138's gone.
Looks like Jack Russell's made a friend. As chaos continues to ensue. It's like Billy Baxter.
It's funny because everybody's doing something, but they have eyes behind the back of their head. They're all checking behind them to make sure nobody's there. Now that's a dangerous position to be, to climb up the top rope now, because anybody could come from behind and just hit you in the back and flip you over. That was very courageous of him to do that.
We have Funky Mac who's stuck, trying to be lifted over, holding on. Meanwhile, Billy Baxter just took a big hit. Piling around. Still holding on for dear life as we still have a number of competitors slowly making their way and trying to hold off and avoid the action as much as possible as Pain and Misery. And continue to be a dynamic duo, and that you talk about that alliance, that number's really coming into play here.
Yeah, and what's the name of that dog with the white hair?
Jack Russell.
Jack Russell, he's been the smart one. He's been staying in the corner, and he's been always staying close to that corner. Centaur's in trouble right now. Centon, or the girl, is
still holding her own.
There's another guy that didn't hit the floor. Oh, he's trying to go back up. He's having a hard time to get back up. That's funny. It's funny.
Now you talked about the wise positioning of Jack Russell. He's made his way out into the middle of the ring, and that's opening up for a lot as takes a big hit from Misery.
One guy's looking to throw a guy in the ropes, but there's no room for that, my man. Not in this kind of match. To throw a guy across the ring, forget about that.
Ow! Out goes Frankie Mac. That's a hard hit to the floor.
There goes another one. Oh, the feet didn't touch the ground.
Holding on. They're really holding. And that's where if you make friends in the crowd, they're not helping you out now, and you need a friend in the ring. And
there he goes.
We continue to narrow down our numbers.
There goes another one.
Another member of the Ottawa crew cast away to the side. Misery taking some big hits. Collapses in the corner. All the way in the... We have a little bit of a contest going on. More theatrics. Well, they're off to Denny's. They'll have a good snack, and sounds like a good meal.
Oh boy.
Ring around the ropes. Cental stuck in a sticky situation.
He made it back up. That's not a, oh my God. Almost like a pile driver, standing pile driver.
Jack Russell, I don't know if we caught that. Jack Russell still marking more territory out there, lifting the leg. Mischievous at best. Pain and Misery still proving to be a thorn in everyone's side as their allegiance has lasted a very long time. Raunchy Ricky.
Now you can tell there's more room in the ring now. They're starting to have some double moves in there. And the less people to be in the ring, the more you're going to start. The guys with the cardio are going to have an advantage.
Continuing. The Eliminator, Jax Abbott, getting into it. He goes and has a huge.
There she's gone. She's out.
That's Sental being eliminated.
There goes another one.
They're starting to drop like flies here. As you mentioned that endurance piece, Jack Russell is still being wrestled by Raunchy Ricky. Meanwhile, the Eliminator is having to deal with pain. There's a fight. The Sental is still breaking out outside of the ring. I guess it does not stop there. Another big hit, and I want to mention that the winner of this Battle Royale will wrestle later in the night for the IWA Academy Championship. There's a good bit on the line as...
I would say so. It's a great opportunity. And I'm sure everybody out there wants it.
Going for it. Jack Russell and Raunchy Ricky still going at it. So Payne took a hit. Raunchy Ricky still trying to use it as Ricky's gonna knock themselves out. Payne stuck in a stick situation. Our numbers are continuing to dwindle here.
Big clothesline in the middle.
Some notable people still in. Billy Baxter made a friend with Jax Russell. And Hattie has Jack Russell by the tail. Very worth mentioning. Hattie and Jack Russell do not like each other one bit. You can expect a little bit of mischievous actions to follow. Billy Baxter and Jack Russell going for a combo move. Does not look to be working that well for Billy Baxter as he's clutching his head.
Uh-oh, here goes that little kid.
Still chaos. Another noticeable. Is that geriatric that's still in? That's a notable one. Jerry's been staying off to the side as Billy Baxter takes a hard tumble concrete. Thankfully, Deacon Mays was there to cushion the fall, but
like I said, it's going to be hard to get the puppy out of there. He's a heavy boy.
continuing to spin. Just look at that. We have a pin.
There ain't no pins. There ain't no pins. The referee's saying no pins. It's over the top rope.
No pins.
So now we know.
That was a very quick lesson for geriatric. Jerry takes a big hit from the Eliminator. Thrown into the ropes. Flips it on him. Ooh, down goes the Eliminator.
That's it.
Eliminated
Big boy is out.
by geriatric. We know who the crowd favorite is now. Looking for geriatric. Patty takes a big hit. Pain and Misery still in as Misery's taking a few hits. Pain takes one from Jack Russell. Geriatric gets body slammed by the Jack Russell. Hattie gets sandwiched. Thrown to the ground. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Onto the second rung. There's Jack Russell. But before he can get set up, Hattie's there.
Oh boy, his
Pushing
belly's over the top rope. That's not a good sign.
Oh, miscalculation trying to go for the jump. You just did half the work for your opponent. Now the trouble's going to be getting back in. Hattie getting a hit under Jack Russell. Has him in the chokehold.
Yeah, he's in a bad position. He's tired. Yeah, that's it.
Jack Russell's out. We're down to 4. Hattie takes a big hit from Geriatric. Pain and Misery now turning towards each other, starting to question what might happen.
That guy Jerry with the black shirt there, he comes up with a few of these moves that I don't expect. I wouldn't be surprised that he pulls one off, because he's been a wrestling fan all his life. He's been watching wrestling.
The best he can. Hattie caught in a bad situation. Pain and Misery slowly looking to pounce on the opportunity. As Hattie is stuck at the very top, down the other end. Jerry has him. With the kick. Down goes Hattie.
Nice
We're down to our final 3. Pain and Misery coming up behind you. Talk about eyes on the back of your head. You gotta be ready for this, as this looks to be a 2-on-1 type of situation.
It sure looks like it.
Conversation.
Yeah, I think that's the beginning of the end for him.
Conversation. Quick hit from Jerry. Payne's gonna feel that one in the morning. Oh! Jerry might be feeling that one for weeks.
Well, you call, oh my God, what a boot to the face. He went to the bank. He got what you call a receipt when you do a deposit at the bank. You get a receipt. He's getting his receipt now.
At what point do you just let it stop?
He may just
as well.
He may just start running and jump out himself if he was smart.
At this point, 57 years old.
Wow.
When is that just too much to take? Pain and Misery continuing to coordinate. Jerry has not had a chance to get to his feet, and he'll be helped up. Very, very courteous to Pain and Misery. Doesn't seem to be coming from a very solid place. He gets clothesline to the ground.
I would walk out to the dressing room if I was him.
Pain and Misery winding up for yet another move. Running at it. Dodging.
Oh my God, he pulled the fast one. He pulled the fast one. He pulled the fast one. Oh my God. Unbelievable, 57 years old, realizing a dream.
You mentioned the moves he was pulling out. That unexpected X element. Staying hidden for most of that matchup, not needing to be the spotlight, because when it comes down to it, you just got to be the last one there.
He must have seen a lot of fabulous Rougeau brother matches when he was young.
Man, oh man. Pain and Misery not looking happy about this one bit. They both climb back into the ring. Offering the hand. You can't trust it. You can't trust it.
I wouldn't stay there if I was him.
But a good show of sportsmanship from Pain and Misery. Gotta hand it.
I
Tip
don't
the
trust
cap.
it.
Is that?
I don't trust it.
Very, very
well,
huge
very
win.
nice. Very nice.
That means we're going to be seeing Geriatric later in the night to contend for the IWA Academy
Amazing.
Championship.
Amazing. It's a night for him to remember.
He'll be taking on Alexei Ramorov.
You know, when you think there's about 16 guys in the ring and you're the last one standing, that's a lot.
It's a very good feeling.